Is your job title working against you? It might be, if that's what you use to get people to take action. There's two types of authority: formal authority and moral authority. Formal authority is when you impose your job title as motivation for getting something done, with statements like, "I'm the boss and you're going to get that report submitted by the end of today." And you could substitute any title you want in there. I'm the director, project manager, engineer, accountant, superintendent. The title implies the results the person is responsible for in that organization. A school principal is responsible for the school's operation, staffing, compliance, and safety. A marketing vice president is responsible for driving brand growth, market share, and revenue for their organization and their customers. But no title is responsible for substituting a person's free will. So be aware that you're making a withdrawal on your team's trust anytime you assert that title to drive action. In rare instances, it's necessary, but you shouldn't be doing this normally. Ideally, if the situation calls for that title to be leveraged, then instructions should be given as expected or asked. For example, the manager explains, "As you know, we've been working on developing this initiative, and I've decided that we're going to implement it on January 2nd, and here's the 5 stages for rolling this process out." See? No surprises there. The decision was expected. Or when a pilot turns on the fasten seatbelt sign, they're responsible for the health and safety of all those on the aircraft. They don't need consensus before turning the light on. The problem is when managers act like there's an immediate threat to human life when they push their orders. Relax, you're in charge of spare parts inventory, not an operating room currently performing brain surgery. Formal authority is expected from specific people in specific situations. Moral authority, however, can arise from any person in any situation. Moral authority comes from trying to do the right thing the right way for the right reasons. All three are necessary and must at least be acknowledged. You heard correctly, I said acknowledged. Ideally, you have all three figured out and with supporting evidence, although there may be times where you don't have all the answers. That's okay. You do have to seek out that information and be open to receiving it. Civil servants like Martin Luther King Jr. are a great example of someone who utilized moral authority. He advocated for equal rights in a nonviolent way. But formal authority isn't reserved for large-scale public change. We can use it in the workplace. Here's an example. A teammate is struggling with a complex task and I offer to help, coaching them through the process and reviewing their notes with them afterwards. This enables their success as well as that of the organization. Here's another example. Me and my coworkers aren't hitting one of our department's goals. I'm a peer, not a manager. I could start a conversation with my coworkers asking for their input on what they see as the issue, and then we brainstorm new approaches to try to hit our goals. Because grassroots-driven improvement is typically more favorable than top-down directives for the same aim. Let's be clear, job titles aren't bad. They're just not a substitute for moral authority. In fact, the higher you go in an organization, the more you should be using the power of moral authority, because its influence and application are universal sources of empowerment. Are you a manager trying to create a springboard for lasting change, and it needs to take hold 5 or 6 levels deep in an organization? Exercising moral authority is your best bet. What if you're in an entry-level position and you see opportunities for improvement? Again, moral authority is a universal principle at your disposal.